gentlemen, you're very welcome to what's going to be a great night of celebration and, of course, reminiscing for Larry United Gaelic Football Club. And that comes in conjunction with Lawrence and Geraldine Brady here in the Cross in Stradone. Tonight we celebrate a ruby anniversary of the first ever Senior Football Championship success of 1979 and a silver jubilee of an intermediate winning team back in 1994. And from its inception back in 1973, the Larry United Club were always going to be a club with vision, commitment and a will to win. 3 under-16 titles, 3 minor league titles, 3 minor championship wins in an amalgamation with Lavey, and 2 under-21 championship victories was in many ways the foundation for the success that followed. There were a number of people who promoted and supported underage teams in the parish. But one man above all, more than most, was Dermot King. He encouraged underage players to play Gaelic football. And believe it or not, I have first-hand knowledge of that in 1974. Oh, sorry, 1974. It's just I'm standing my ears fairly well. Followers of the club hadn't to wait too long for success at senior level, when in 1979 Larry United were crowned Cavan Senior Football Champions. This was on the back of 3 senior league titles won in 1997, 1977, 1978 and 1979. The 1979 championship started no differently to any other year. An unconvincing opening round win against Lacken set up a second round meeting with old rivals and defending champions Cavan Gaels. And after what was a tough struggle, Larry United prevailed to reach the semi-final. After that win against the Gaels, there was a belief in the area and beyond that Larry United could win their first senior title. Up next was Drumalee, a game that probably provided the best entertainment of the year. It was a game of free-flowing football that Lara won in the end, and in doing so, setting up a meeting with Crosserlough, who were a team of real quality and reputation. The build-up to the final was hectic and enjoyable for all followers of Larry United, both home and away. Larry United started the final quite slowly but soon took control. The game, however, was still very much in the balance at half-time as Larry United led 1-5 to 5 points, their goal coming just before the break from Madge King. The champions in waiting totally dominated the second period with the help of 2 further goals from Bernard and Donald Donohoe. In the end, the margin of victory was 13 points. Larry United 3-14, Crosserlough 1-7. The Larry United scorers on the day were Donald Donohoe with 1-6, Bernard Donohoe 1-3, Adge King a goal, Finn and McDonough 3 points, and Jimmy Carroll registered 2 points. Their 13-point victory, in fact, was the biggest win in margin since the 1966 final when Crosserlough beat Ballyconnell by 19 points. The homecoming in the village will never be forgotten as team captain Kieran Brady and his teammates paraded the Oliver Plunkett Cup, which we have with us here tonight, led by the Lara Youth Band. That team in 1979 was managed by Tommy Smith. There was no repeat of this success for the next 2 years as Kingscourt Stars won back-to-back county titles in 80 and 81. However, Larry United did win a 4th senior league title in 1980. Then enter a golden era for Larry United football. 3 senior football championship titles in a row, 1982, 1983 and 1984, with victories over Ballyborough Shamrocks, Cavan Gaels and Drumalee in the final deciders. The 1984 county final was significant in that Clara won the Cavan Senior Football Championship in the centenary year of the GAA. The final was played in Ballyconnell and Larry United beat Drummondley 16 points to 2-7. That success came under the late and great Philip Devine, who we all remember tonight. Sadly, there was no success for the Cavan champions in Ulster. However, Larry United did win the Ulster Sevens in 1984, beating Timor from Fermanagh 3-6 to 3-4 in the final. 25 years ago, Larry United were crowned Cavan Intermediate champions. Having been relegated a few years earlier, top flight football was what the club desperately wanted to, and the competition in 1994 had a group format. Lara were in a group with Ballymacue, Kill and Drummondley. Their campaign did not get off to a very good start, with an unexpected defeat to Ballymacue in the first round. However, with comprehensive victories over Kill, Drummondley, Lara reached the quarter-final where they played Killygarry and they provided the opposition. A victory here set up a semi-final with Lacken, and once again Lara were successful. They progressed to the final where they met Kernafane and beat them 15 points to 2 goals and 6 points. Included in that 1994 team and panel were 5 survivors from the senior success of the 80s, and they were Adge King, Finan McDonough, John Brady, Dermot King and the late PJ Duffy. The successful team was captained by Patrick Shields and managed by Donald Donoghue. In the final, John Brady was awarded the Man of the Match award. Brian McMahon saved a penalty and Gary Smith scored 9 points. And he hadn't wee Terry with him that time from back up either. Together with our hosts, Lawrence and Geraldine Brady, we acknowledge the Ruby and Silver winning teams and the years in between. In its short existence of 46 years, Larry United have achieved a lot and continue to be successful and are a force in Cavan football. Without further ado, I want to introduce you now to the chairman, the current chairman of Larry United. Will you please welcome Tomas McKenna.
Thanks very much, Owen. As chairman of Larry United, I would just like to welcome you all here tonight and thank Lawrence and Geraldine for organising this event and for their help throughout the years. They've been great supporters of the club and they continue to sponsor the club and do an awful lot for the club, so I'd just like to thank Geraldine and Lawrence for that. As chairman of the club, I'd like to especially welcome the chairman of 1979, Nicholas McCarthy, who's over here. It's great to see him here out and about and so fit. We're here to celebrate a unique year, moving on 40 years from the great success in 79 and 25 years since 94. In 94 I was a sub, and probably in 79 I was lucky enough, I was always going about to Lara matches. Uncle Pat and Joe Kyle, Joe would call every Sunday there was a match on. It could be Monday before you'd get home, but nobody seemed to really matter, so it wasn't. The Twitter filled so they didn't, there was no guards, no bagging or no nothing that, and so I was lucky enough to see an awful lot of football being played in my younger years with Pat and Joe Kyle, who sadly all have passed away. And also I'd like to remember other people who have passed at this time, P. Sexton, Liam Carlin, Frank Riley, who were involved heavily throughout the club in 79 and the years before that, and later on Phil Devine, who was a great servant to Larry United, who managed that team in 82, 83 and 84 and done so much for the club both on and off the field. And also going on then to Peter Duffy, unfortunately, who passed away, who was a playing member of a lot of those teams and was a big part of the 94 team as well. And I'd just like to remember them all so that and hopefully they're up there looking down on us all tonight. I don't have much else to say. Later on we're going to have a raffle and a draw, and all proceeds will go to Larry United. There's a few items there to raffle and a few for auction as well, so that, and that's really it. 2 cups here, and the cup on the left hand side, the Tommy Gilgrey Cup. I hope to see it back in Lara in the near future with our younger current crop of footballers are well able to win this, and that's what we strive for in the near future. It's great to remember what has gone before, but the future of Lara looks bright at the minute, and I hope that the young footballers will win the Intermediate Cup in 2019. So I do. That's really all I have to say, so I'll hand you back down. Thanks very much everybody, and enjoy your night.
That's Thomas McKenna. Give him a round of applause one more time. Now we're going to meet some of the former greats of those teams, and we'll go back to that golden era. So, could you please welcome on stage for a little chat Adge King, Finan McDonagh and Matt Rudden. Right, we start with maybe with Finan on the far side. If you just hand the mic over to Finan there and tie his place. We sort of said in the beginning that success of '79 and that what followed, that a lot of that came on the back of underage success in the club.
Yeah, there's no doubt. You mentioned Dermot King. He was the main man behind it. I think you were on the first minor team at home, right?
Well, I was there anyway.
But it definitely came from that. Dermot King brought us all.